This is Bawler. Hello, I have prepared an important and interesting video for you. Subscribe and write in the comments what you think about it. Vladimir Putin, your oil is burning again. That's the unmistakable message Ukraine has sent with a relentless series of weekend drone strikes that have devastated Russian oil infrastructure. These are not isolated attacks but part of a strategic campaign to cripple Russia's oil arteries and deny Putin access to one of his most valuable resources. It's a slow and painful economic death by 1,000 bombs. And Ukraine is making it clear that the only sanction truly working against Russian oil is a direct strike by Ukrainian drones. Let's begin with Sochi, located in the Krasnodar region, approximately 330 miles from the front lines. Here lies the Adler oil depot, managed by Rosneft and positioned right next to an airport. This facility, storing thousands of tons of oil, became the latest target. Over 528,000 gallons of oil, approximately 1,700 metric tons, went up in flames after a devastating drone strike by Ukraine. Although the depot contains 41 tanks holding millions of gallons, Ukraine scored a pinpoint hit on a single tank, sending a clear warning to the Kremlin. No oil facility is out of reach. Predictably, Russian officials tried to downplay the incident. Governor Mikhail Kochakov cited the familiar drone debris excuse, but video evidence posted by Euromaidan Press clearly shows a functional Ukrainian drone hitting its target directly without any sign of Russian air defenses responding. As a result, the nearby Sochi airport was shut down for hours, with delays expected for days. But the assault didn't end in Sochi. While that plant burned, Voronezh came under heavy attack from a swarm of 15 Ukrainian drones, according to regional officials. Several were intercepted, but others broke through, striking key oil-related infrastructure. Ukraine claims a hit on the Ananafta oil storage facility. Simultaneously, an oil refinery in Ryazan, about 110 miles southeast of Moscow, caught fire after another Ukrainian drone strike. Ukraine's intelligence agency also confirmed that it hit a Russian military airfield at Primorsky-Akhtarsk, a site used to launch Russian drones. In Penza, a factory supplying electronics to Russia's military was also struck. Despite Russia's claims of shooting down over 300 drones on August 2nd alone, the visual evidence tells a different story. Ukrainian drones are making it through. These assaults signal a dramatic escalation. Ukraine is targeting Russia's oil economy with precision and determination. How? The strategy is simple yet effective: mass saturation. Dozens of drones are launched simultaneously, traveling different routes at varying speeds and altitudes to overload and outsmart Russian air defenses and electronic warfare systems. In Voronezh, where Russia has advanced EW systems, Ukraine's multi-drone strategy allowed several units to break through. The same applies to Sochi and other critical sites. This approach is working. Meanwhile, Ukraine is constantly upgrading its drone fleet. In May, Forbes reported on Ukraine's AI-powered Stratforce drone carriers, motherships that deploy first-person view (FPV) drones nearly 200 miles past front lines. Even more remarkably, Ukraine is developing drones capable of operating beyond the radio horizon, overcoming Earth's curvature and electronic jamming. This would allow future long-range drones to strike deep without needing radio guidance. The results are staggering. In June alone, Ukraine carried out over 100 deep strikes inside Russian territory. The new generation of drones is extending the reach and intensity of Ukraine's campaign. The core target? Russian oil infrastructure. Destroying oil refineries, storage depots, pipelines, and pumping stations not only slashes Russia's income, but also directly weakens its military. Refined products like diesel and aviation fuel are vital for tanks, aircraft, and other mechanized units. Without fuel, Russian troops are reduced to fighting on foot, making them easy targets for Ukraine's defenses. This strategy is working. Reports indicate Russia is losing about 1,000 soldiers per day, with total losses exceeding 1.05 million. While several factors contribute, the oil strikes are undeniably a major reason behind Russia's operational struggles. But this campaign isn't just about battlefield strategy, it's economic warfare. Western sanctions, like the EU's price cap of $47.60 per barrel and import bans, haven't stopped Russia from exporting oil. Countries like India and China are exploiting discounted Russian crude for their own gain. Russia has even built a shadow fleet of over 1,000 ships, using flags of convenience and hiding locations to dodge sanctions. Ukraine's drone strikes bypass this entire system. No market discounts, no shadow ships, just destruction. By physically destroying the oil, Ukraine removes it from global circulation and denies Russia the profits. That economic damage trickles down. With less revenue, Russia can't afford weapons, tanks, or air power. It's a 1-2 punch: economic suffocation and military degradation. The numbers are telling. Oil and gas account for up to 50% of Russia's federal budget and 20% of its GDP. But by mid-2025, oil and gas revenue was down 17% compared to the previous year. July's revenue dropped 37% from July 2024. If the trend continues, Russia's economy will spiral further. Socially too, the impact is building. Sochi residents shared videos of explosions, evacuations, and panic. Roads into the Adler district were closed. Dozens fled their homes. The war that Putin tried to hide from his citizens is now burning in their backyard. And that's the point. Ukraine isn't targeting civilians, but it is making ordinary Russians feel the cost of Putin's war. This psychological pressure, combined with military and economic consequences, might be what finally forces the Kremlin's hand. This is Ukraine's new strategy, relentless, evolving, and devastating. The drones are getting smarter, the strikes are getting deeper, and the message to Putin is clear. Your oil is burning, your profits are drying up, and soon, your war machine will grind to a halt. Subscribe to Bawler for more in-depth analysis of Ukraine's game-changing tactics and stay informed.